Oh, dang it, there's no script on the prompter. What the are we gonna do? Oh, never mind, it's there, we're fine.
Amateur.
Whoa! I wasn't actually using swear words, James. I don't do that shit. Microsoft has updated the built-in web browser on all Xbox consoles to the latest Chromium-based version of Edge, meaning you'll be able to use it to do basically anything you can do with a browser, including playing games from cloud gaming services that aren't Xbox Game Pass.
Yo, dog, you put a console in your console. You can game while you game.
Literally, that's what it is. Like Google Stadia, even, provided that's something anyone wants to do, ever.
It's not.
Look, if you're a real Stadia fan, they're out there. We know you guys are out there, and you are entitled to love that gaming service, but we're also entitled to make it our Toby from The Office. Unfortunately, NVIDIA blocks GeForce Now from running on Edge, which might be only because Edge is on Xbox, but you should even be able to stream Steam games from your PC using the browser version of Parsec, or talk to friends with the browser version of Discord, with full keyboard and mouse support. James, I don't know if you are aware, but this isn't an Xbox anymore.
It's an X lifestyle.
It's about what's in here. EU will soon be voting on a proposal for legislation that would force nearly all consumer electronics to include a USB-C port for charging. Europe has been flirting with the idea for some time.
Bonjour.
But with the amount of dolphins being strangled by charging cords recently, they decided enough is enough. We only, what? Obviously, Apple isn't a fan of this directive, telling the press they're concerned it will stifle innovation, which Apple was just gonna do after 9 years of putting USB 2.0 Lightning connectors on iPhones. They were so close. Now Apple may be forced to just build a portless iPhone that only uses MagSafe for charging, thanks to an exception in the proposal for devices that don't use wired charging at all. And we know this is possible because it was recently discovered that the Apple Watch's magnetic connector can also transfer data in addition to power. This is also silly because Apple already uses USB-C on iPads and MacBooks. But macOS is basically a wasteland of malware. They said it themselves, so that's probably, you don't want a USB-C. And the Chinese government has made its hatred of cryptocurrency official. The country's central bank announced that virtual currency related business activities are illegal because they, quote, seriously endanger the safety of people's assets. But I'm not sure if that translation is correct. Can we run that through again? Yes, it was actually endanger the CCP's ability to control all financial transactions. There we go.
Zing!
This move is the latest in China's crackdown on cryptocurrencies, which has seen it ban trading crypto in 2019 and outlaw crypto mining in many provinces a few months ago. Obviously, Bitcoin and other prominent cryptocurrencies dropped in value in response to the news, although the damage doesn't seem too bad. So don't worry, crypto heads. China isn't gonna steal all your NFTs because everyone else already has them. You can just you don't own anything.
You don't own it!
Hey, is my shirt getting darker? Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Vessi, maker of footwear that's lightweight, easy to pack, comfortable, waterproof, and most importantly, currently on my feet right now. Well, not now. Vessi's keep your feet cool in summer and warm in winter thanks to a magic material called Dymatex. I don't know what alternate dimension they got it from, but Cthulhu doesn't know what he's missing. They're easy to slip on and off, as you saw earlier, and lots of us here at LMG wear them every day. So grab yourself a pair and use offer code TechLinked to get 25 bucks off at vessi.com/techlinked. Whoa, Quick Bits are even quicker when we're not on the main set. There's way more room back there. Look at them. There was a Nintendo Direct live stream yesterday, and alongside the usual quirky announcements like a post-apocalyptic Kirby game, a new Bayonetta, and a separate Direct just for Super Smash Bros. Happening in a couple weeks, we also learned about a new expansion pass for the Switch Online service featuring N64 and Sega Genesis games. There's also new wireless versions of the N64 and Genesis controllers, which I know are dumb. I know they're dumb. I know, I want them. Also, there's going to be an animated Mario movie starring Chris Pratt as Mario, so I didn't even write a joke about that because it's like life is a parody of itself here. Charlie Day is Luigi. Jack Black will be good as Bowser.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's so crazy here in the Mushroom Kingdom. Epic Games has announced their easy anti-cheat technology now supports Linux and the Wine and Proton compatibility layers, meaning the Penguin-based operating system is about to become a much better platform for multiplayer gaming.
Steam Deck, Steam Deck.
It also means Valve's Steam Deck, which runs on a Linux-based OS, can use EAC, even though the Epic Game Store is a competitor to Steam.
Deck.
You see what can happen when there's no lightning connectors involved, huh? Apple? Get rid of it. Twitter has officially rolled out Bitcoin tipping globally, allowing
Even in China?
Well, except not in China. It allows users to send each other cash through apps like Venmo, Cash App, and others. Twitter isn't even taking a cut of tips exchanged between users because I guess they're fine not making money as long as people keep using their platform to do things like convince themselves that they've canceled Chris Pratt.
I think Jack Dorsey just wants the price of Bitcoin to go up.
Google's Pixel 6 phones and maybe foldables are going to be announced soon, which means the leaks are flowing heavier. The latest one comes from XDA developers detailing what might be the phone's camera specs and features, one of which is Magic Eraser, a previously canceled feature that Google already showed off a couple years ago.
Not woke enough?
No, they didn't have the Tensor chip. We don't even know what's in there. Could be some little tiny robots. And a recent article from The Verge details accounts from college professors, you're gonna like this, James, who are discovering that new post-secondary students don't know about file systems on their computers. As in, students would be asked to retrieve a file from a certain folder and be unable to do so because they're not sure what a file even is. Now, this is largely because mobile devices make it unnecessary to deal with actual file systems, and I did put this in here as a joke to make fun of Gen Zers, but now I just feel old. Better end this episode before we all die then, so come back on Wednesday for more tech news. You're gonna have to go to your Z drive and map a new pathway to do that, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
And you're gonna be a pile of dust.
That's